are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you. And y- you?
I am doing well too. Any plans for today? Anything special lined up?
Nothing special.
Mm, Okay. Shall we get into the session? There's no doubt before that.
Uh, of course, no doubt, but I was unable to access the session notes, so I'm not
Mhm.
aware what is this.
Okay. Are you not able to access it since the past few sessions, or this is the first one it has happened?
Three sessions.
Past three sessions. Okay. There are a few learners who have said the same thing to me. So I think there's
Right.
some glitch in the system then. No worries. I'll tell you the topic. Today, the topic is spirituality. Again, something which is different from yours. I don't know why all these sessions are going philosophical. All right, then. So, first is, of course, you have to try and define the term for me. What would be philosophy? Sorry, not philosophy, spirituality according to you?
So, according to me, spirituality is all about finding your space with the world, what is happening around, and how can you relieve yourself.
Okay.
That's what I understand. But if we go the general meanings of this, the people generally treat it as like going, I mean, praying for God and involving in that only,
Mm-hmm.
like devoting
Okay.
yourself to the God and all.
Hmm. So you're saying that maximum people think this to be a religious aspect, but it is not just related to religion. It is
Right.
deeper than that.
Yes,
Okay. Would you call yourself spiritual in any sense?
I can I can say that because, like I said, in my viewpoint, it is about finding your space with the world. What do you
Mm-hmm.
want to do, and how can you devote yourself in that? So yes,
Mm-hmm.
in that sense, I am spiritual.
Okay. Because you're trying to find your place in the world. What are you here? What is your purpose?
Right.
Things like that. Okay. Any spiritual leader that you're following? Anyone like that?
I don't follow anyone, but recently while working on my English, when I was learning, I mean listening to on YouTube channel, I
Mhm.
came across the videos of Sadhguru,
Mhm.
and
Sadhguru.
whenever Sadhguru, yes, Sadhguru. So whenever I listen him, I find all the interesting facts. Like whatever he says, there is much more meaning in that.
Mhm.
If if I'm able to understand that, that makes sense that how one should live and all that.
Hmm. Absolutely. I think it gives you different perspective because many things, as we discussed earlier, that science cannot define them. Science doesn't
Right,
comprehend it. So
right, right.
spirituality answers it. Absolutely. Okay, there's just one more thing that I want to discuss. Okay, you're already speaking well, no doubt. I think we can work a little bit on the conversational style, right?
Okay,
For the
right,
conversational skills, the first aspect is that whenever we're talking to people, it's a two-step process that we have to acknowledge what they said and then we add on to it. So that
right,
builds like a good conversation. So, for example, if I say that I had a bad day, so acknowledging it would be that you heard me, that you heard what I said, that,
right,
oh, you
right,
had a bad day. And adding on to it would be, why did you have a bad day? I
right,
mean, and so on. This is how the conversation would go. So try to work on that part of it, acknowledging the speaker and then adding on your personal point. For example,
right,
if I say that India is a corrupted country, if I say that. So if you agree, you'll be like, yes, I agree. And then you'll give examples that politicians are corrupted, government officials are corrupted. If you disagree, you'll say that, no, I do not agree with it because I feel this is a stereotypical statement now, the world is changing, things like that. So these two factors, I think they're clear, acknowledging and adding.
right, right.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, returning back to spirituality now, if you had to give the three major lessons that you have heard from spirituality or you have discovered it yourself, you came across, So 3 major lessons. What would you say?
So it's difficult to find lessons because I cannot recall. But if I can give on my own some advice or something like
Mhm.
that related to that, then I would say that one should always look for a meaning in his life and then focus on that in a way that he or she leads his or her life in a way that is beneficial not only for himself but for others as well.
Okay. So you're leading towards the selfless life where you focus on others as well. You're not just focusing on your life. You're not being selfish. You are being
Right,
considerate.
right,
Right. We can use the term considerate
right.
because I like that word a lot, and I feel people don't use it enough or people don't mean it enough. So just for adding it, yeah, you'd want that to be true. And so, do you think it is wrong being selfish when people care about themselves? So, would we call it inhuman? Uh, Sorry, I lost you, Raj. Hello.
Sorry, I got a
Um,
call.
It's all right. It's all right. I was just saying that being selfish, would you call it inhuman? Would you call it unethical if someone is being selfish, if they're thinking about themselves?
Not unethical because being selfish can be defined in two manners. Like one where you are not being harmful to others. In that sense, it is good. It's up to you, or it's up to oneself how one decide to lead one's life. But in the other context, if you are being selfish, and in that manner, you stoop yourself to cheat others as well, and that is dangerous, of course, for society.
Mhm. Absolutely. So your profit should not be someone else's loss. You don't
Right,
want that.
right.
Absolutely. Okay. Let's come to the philosophical side of spirituality. So people say that when you are spiritual, you know the answers of a lot of things because, as you said, it is about self discovery. So, if you could know some questions, know the answers to some questions, what are some things that you genuinely want to know? That you want to know what is the real truth behind it? Anything like that?
Nothing. I
Nothing.
mean, there is nothing that I would like to know, but
Okay.
in the sense of, I mean, in the context of lifestyle and all, I do wonder, I do wonder sometimes that how on earth anybody can stoop to a level where for making just money or for any other profit, they are ready to harm others. So
Mhm.
that is one thing I would like to, I mean, on a psychological way, that
Mhm.
if psychology studies how the people's mind, then why do people do all those things?
Okay. Okay. What pushes them to do something so inhuman? Why
Right,
would they do that?
right, right.
Absolutely. All right, then I agree with that. And I
Mm.
think this is something that many people are yet to discover because many times people even have the opposite question that how can someone be so good, so selfless that they put themselves at the last to make others happy? The people pleasers or the same category.
Right,
Have you
right.
had both the kind of people in your life who care about people too much and then the other who doesn't care at all?
Yes, of course. And I mean, most of the persons are on the second category. Like
Okay.
the first, I mean, the way you asked him,
Mhm.
and I hardly find someone helpful or considerate in that manner. And what else?
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Any instances that you would like to give to support that? As you said, most people are that way. So, can you give examples of minute things where people show selfishness and minute things where people show selflessness, whether it is daily life or something big?
So, like even in daily life, if I'm talking about like I want to become a social activist, then people around me would laugh at me that what are you saying? There is nothing such thing happens in life. Take it any NGO or something like that. They all are doing their business. They are here to make money, not to help others. And life is all about making your lifestyle better and all that, making money and enjoying life.
Mhm.
So, and not only that, if I take one other example, like if uh, uh, I'm trying to do something like donating or something else, and then I would ask someone, they will hardly pay heed to my request or my suggestion or whatever it is.
Mhm.
So
That's
in
true.
that context, I can say, and the other things that I said, people who loves to help or who try to do something for others. So there are so many people around as well. Like we came to know in the Corona time, we listened that people across the countries are helping in their society, the needy people.
Mhm.
So yes, both types of people are there in our society.
That's true. So we can say that sometimes when people are trying to do the good things, as you said, the other
Mm.
person laughs at them, and I feel that that even demotivates them. For a simple example, if I'm wearing a beautiful dress and if someone says it's not looking good on you, so I'll forever be contemplating about it. So when you're doing good and someone says things like you should work on yourself, earn money, so there will be a seed of doubt in your head that maybe I
Right,
shouldn't do this.
right,
That's
right.
how they keep on demotivating people. Oh, absolutely. Coming back to spirituality now, we got a little off track. I lost the page. Anyway,
Mm.
so is there someone in your circle who is highly spiritual and someone who is not at all spiritual?
Uh, I don't find anyone being highly spiritual in my network.
Okay.
And what was the second question?
The least spiritual one who is against spirituality, maybe.
So I mean, if I talk least spiritual, then I cannot find. But there are some person who are disinterested. If I can say that they hardly pay heed to what is the spirituality and all. They are, I mean, focusing on their life, the daily puja. They do offer puja as a routine work, and after that they are busy in making money and all the materialistic thing, making. I mean, a materialistic life they are making.
Mhm. That's true. That's true. That they feel like this is not going to do any profit. We need the superficial things to give us pleasure.
All
Absolutely.
right.
All right, then. Let me just mention. Yeah, I wanted to share an example. Since you don't have the most spiritual person, I think I had it in my network. I was not connected to this guy, but this guy waited for his graduation and then he moved out of his house to Rishikesh. No job, nothing. He just wanted to live in Rishikesh and get connected with nature, get connected with himself. So I feel people do take those steps. That was one example.
Uh,
Okay, yeah, I'll give you
in
the
that
feedback
context,
now. Okay, you have
I mean,
someone?
in that context, even my brother had gone to Rishikesh and something like that, but he returned back in just 2 months. And his
Okay.
point was that everyone, wherever you go, people are just busy in some or the other purpose. Like there, he shared one incident that in a gathering, people were saying that we have to shout like we are here to help. I mean to spread the awareness about the Sanskrit language. We have to say save safe Sanskrit language
Okay.
being obsolete and something like that. They were doing something which he did not uh, find appropriate. Like he
Mm,
thought, what is the point of doing all this when you are not doing anything for that? You are just
okay.
in a gathering talking about, but then when it comes to practical work, you are doing nothing. So he came back
Exactly.
and he had started working on NGO. So he
Mm,
was doing that,
okay.
but sadly, he is no more.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry for the loss. But he realized that he wanted to create an impact. He did
Right,
not just want to be part of the people who are just chanting, and he did that. He did become a part of the NGO for his part of
right,
the life. Okay. Let me just wrap up the session here. Okay, so the highlight of the session would be, first thing, as I mentioned, that we have to maintain the conversational style, that you're able to acknowledge and add on to it. So it feels like a conversation, not question answer, not Q&A. Just
right,
that part we have to focus on. Apart from that, just keep in check that no sentence is used too much. Pay no heed, that sentence. I know that's a good sentence, but we have to try that we don't use it twice or thrice in one conversation, right?
right,
It
right,
reduces the impact, no? So next time, instead of saying pay no heed, we can use the simple things like they do not care, they do not pay attention. Even the simple words would add a different flair. That is the
right,
only thing that I
right,
wanted to
right,
add.
right.
Do you want to add something?
Nothing.
Okay, okay. When you say right so much, I feel like you're about to say something.
Huh,
All right then. Yeah, so that was it about that. Yeah, these are the only two factors for the fluency, as I said earlier as well. That for fluency, we have to include factors like pauses, modulation. The modulation is the key factor, stressing on certain words, like using hands to stress on them. Oh, as I said, stressing. So even I can use my hands to stress on it, just so the
right,
tone can work on. But you would have to practice it. Like it would not come just by knowing it. We would have to stress on it. We would have to put extra attention over it. So just
right.
try that out. Other than that, the grammar was perfect as usual. This is it for this session. Have a
Yeah.
lovely and productive day ahead. That's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same to you. Uh,
Thank you so much.
have a
Thank you so
productive
much.
day.
Yeah. Bye bye. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye. Bye for now.
Okay. Bye for now.